the world's hardest gaming challenge.
In 2019, the streamer and YouTuber Ludwig created the so-called godgamergauntlet, where the objective is to complete
Getting over it, Pogostuck and Jump King, back to back to back to back.
So, the challenge is very difficult indeed, and in 2019, Ludwig would go on to do a
Sub 50, baby!
However, over the years, he would revisit the challenge from time to time, and in 2023, he went on to do a
Sub 30!
Ludwig had already proven himself to be a god gamer, because beating all these 3 games under 30 minutes is fucking impressive. But ever since Ludwig invented the challenge, other people from all over the world have gone on to do it as well. We are talking people with insane times. We are talking people who are beating Jump King blindfolded. We are talking about the world record in the God Gamer Gauntlet being a sub fucking 9. I thought to myself, fuck that, I'm never gonna beat those lunatics. But maybe, just maybe, I could beat Ludwig's time. And so I did. Yes, that's me, just above Ludwig on the leaderboards. A man from a small nation of only 300,000 with a made-up hybrid Australian/British accent and a 25-minute run. Why did I do it? And how much practice did I need to put in to achieve this? Let's find out. So, I decided to start with Pogostuck because it's the hardest game out of these 3 games. I wanted to get a sub 14 at least, because I knew I could make it up with some good runs in Jump King and getting over it. I know some of the skips in Pogostuck, but I haven't really acquired the skills needed to pull them off, so I'm not gonna do those. Pogostuck is a game that can make or break a man, but you must stay consistent with it, and never give up. Are you a little bitch, or are you alpha male? Are you Aragon, or that little rat, Grima Wormtongue? This pineapple part here of the map made me its little bitch in the past, but now I roll on the floor laughing whilst passing these stupid pineapples. I zigzag up these beautiful palm trees. 4 minutes in and I'm already past the beautiful palm trees. I jump from one head to the other, as if I've never done anything else in my life, and then BAM! I'm right up where the fucking mushrooms are. I've never liked mushrooms, by the way. This part here really forces you to have some good coordination with your movement when beating the game for the first time, and it still manages to tease me. Now, some of you might be wondering, Ninja, how much time did it take for you to beat Pogostuck for the first time? Well guys, it took me around 29 hours to beat it the first time, which is plenty when you compare it to Jump King and getting over it. So I finally made it past the volcanic part and do the anvil jump. There you can see my brand new pronouns, hope you like them. Just setting up the jump right now and thought I would fuck it up there, but I managed to save it actually, quite fun. This part here is always quite nerve-wracking for me, as a small mistake can send you all the way down, and thus ending the run. Here I am playing in the snow. Climb up this shitty wall, and then I have a little trick up my sleeve. Oh dearie, it's time. It's time for the jump of all jumps. The fucking bird jump, the final boss of the game. But the gods must be watching over me because I hit that jump. And I can't believe I'm here already. It's only the 8th minute and my personal best is actually 11 minutes. Now I'm in the final part and I'm thinking to myself,
come on son, you got this now. Don't blow it. You've made it too far, soldier. Build up some height and finish this goddamn game already.
And so I did. I had the fastest run of my life in Pogostuck, and I was indeed very happy with it. Final time, 8 minutes, 32 seconds, 238 milliseconds. Those 43 hours of Pogostuck had finally paid off, and I'm currently on a better pace than Ludwig was in his run. Now, let's jump over to getting over it. Ah, yes. Getting Over It with Bennett Foddy, the one that started it all. I can't wait to hear about Bennett Foddy talk about sexy hiking again. This is the game that got me started with these masochist games. I would never have played it if I hadn't dislocated and broken my elbow a few months ago. I was forced to find a game I could play with one hand, and boy am I glad I found this one. A fantastic skip coming in 3, 2, 1. Whoop! Yes, that skip is not as hard as it looks, believe me. Orange Hell. What can you say about Orange Hell? It did make my life a living hell when I was playing the game for the first time, and it took a bit of practice to get this down, really. And now I got a good technique. Oh man, I fucking hate this part. This fucking hat here sometimes blocks me and ruins my runs, but this time I actually managed to get past in the first attempt. At this point I'm fucking locked in, man. You see me focusing here, being very precise, going slowly but surely, moving forward, and there we go. I almost fucked up the run, but I managed to save it. Thank God. Bucket jump! I'm climbing up this mountain like I'm fucking Edmund Hillary, man. Oh my dear friends, we are really close to the end. Oh, a little bit of failure here, but then I get up here and I see the finish line. I'm getting closer and closer, and then, yeah, I managed to fuck it up. Again, and again, and yes, again. It's not looking good, is it? My personal best is out the window, and I can no longer beat my old record in getting over it. But hey, we are still on pace to beat Ludwig's time in the godgamergauntlet, so cheer up, cowboy, yeehaw, don't be a little bitch. So I launched myself into space and achieved the time of 6 minutes, 29 seconds and 304 milliseconds. Not too bad at all. This is my 34th time beating the game, and my pot is turning more and more into that beautiful golden color that I so yearn for. Next up is the final game in the godgamergauntlet, and my personal favorite, Jump King. Fun fact, I had to learn to play this game with only one hand, as my other one was still, at the time, non-functional. Alright, let's do a quick recap here. So, I beat Pogostuck in 8 minutes 32 seconds, and now I just beat Getting Over It in 6 minutes 29 seconds, for an accumulated time of 15 minutes 1 second. And at this point, Ludwig had beaten Getting Over It in 6 minutes 24 seconds, and Pogostuck in 9 minutes 32 seconds, for an accumulated time of 15 minutes and 57 seconds. This means I am already ahead of Ludwig. And since Ludwig beat Jump King in 13 minutes and 27 seconds, I have to, at the very least, beat Jump King in 14 minutes, 19 seconds and 479 milliseconds. Thanks, ChatGPT. Okay, so I have 14 minutes to beat Jump King. Very possible if I don't choke and fuck things up. But this here is probably the hardest jump in the game, since it has to be pretty precise. And even though I usually hit it in my first attempt, it's giving me an unusually hard time here. Luckily, failing the jump is not too punishing, and I finally hit the jump after losing only a minute here. Jump King is all about muscle memory and timing of your jumps. It took me around 80 hours to achieve this skill. Now compare that with the 27 hours played in Getting Over It. I've spent far more time in Jump King, but that's mainly because beating the DLCs in Jump King was rather difficult and took me a while. At this point in the run, my heart rate was going up and I was becoming nervous. We have finally reached the snowy and windy part of the map where you get stuck in the snow and are unable to walk. You will also have to wait for the wind to blow in the right direction at the right speed. There is actually an item in the game called a snake ring that allows you to freely move around in the snow that you can get from the second map in the game, but it is usually not allowed to use that item in Jump King speedruns. Of course, we are not using that item here because we want this to be a legitimate run. Now we've made it out of the snowy area, and we are in the final parts of the game. Our time is decent, and we would need a serious choke to fuck this up now. We are out of the chapel, and get to the slippery icy part of the map. I have definitely managed to fuck up my runs in these parts, but now is just not the time. But we did have some close calls though. Shit. 8.5 minutes into the run, and we are at the very end of the game. The tower. Remember, we had to finish the game in just over 14 minutes, and right now it's looking as if we might just do it.
Fuck.
Is this it? Did I fuck up the run?
No, I didn't. I made a clutch jump just before falling all the way down. A save I had never made before. And now I just have to get my ass up there again, because we've got to finish this run and beat Ludwig's time.
And my dear friends, that we did.
Atma, yes.
Our final time in the God Gamer Gauntlet is 25 minutes and 17 seconds. 4 minutes ahead of Ludwig. We did it. And now I'm gonna drop the cheap narrator accent that I only did for the dramatic effect. Shout out to Ludwig for this brilliant idea of a challenge. Ludwig, what do you have to say after this? What am I?
God Gamer!
Alright, thanks for the input. And thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Stay tuned, because for my next challenge, I'm gonna see if I can reach the top 1% in CS2 as a 30-year-old. Also, check out the Jump King rap video I made. Bye bye guys!